Hey y'all, today I've got a recipe for a cottage pie or a shepherd's pie. I've never made it before, so I'm looking forward to it. So let's get started. Okay, the potatoes are cooking for the mashed potatoes to go on top, and I've got some butter here. I've got 1 carrot that I'm going to saute in a tablespoon of butter. Okay, I've already got 1 carrot in here cooking, and I'm adding another one. 2 tablespoons of butter. I'm also going to add about 3/4 of an onion, is what I had in the refrigerator. Saute the onions and carrots until the onions are soft and translucent. Okay, I am using a jar of my home canned beef, and I'm going to drain it because the recipe calls for gravy, and I don't have any gravy, so I'm going to turn the broth into a gravy. I'm going to thicken it up with some cornstarch and make a slurry for that. So I'm just going to let that beef hang out and drain while I'm waiting on my potatoes to cook. Okay, I'm just going to mash my potatoes. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of butter in there. So I just put some milk. I just put some milk in my mug and warmed it up. You do not want to put cold milk in your potatoes. It'll make them gummy, so I heated mine up. I don't want to make them too soupy because they're going to go on my beef mixture, so I want it more thick. I'm going to set them aside. I put a little bit more butter in there. I mean, that never hurt anybody. They look like they're ready. The onions are translucent. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and add some peas in. This is a steamable bag, but we're not going to use that whole, we don't need to use that whole bag, so I'm just going to put some in there. Going to stir that around. Then I'm going to go ahead and add the beef. And just go ahead and break it up. Alright, I've got the broth that I brought to a boil, and then I just used some cornstarch to thicken that juice up. If you wanted to, you could always use a can of broth. That's what I had gotten, and then I was like, I can just use the broth from the can, so, or the jar. So I'm just gonna make sure that's all coated with the gravy. This looks good. I'm excited. So I'm just gonna take my mashed potatoes, put it over the top. Did you hear my stomach? It's already growling. I saw somebody that took a scoop and scooped them on there. That I probably should do something like that because it's not spray. I wish I had an offset spatula, but I do not. Just like frosting a cake. I can't frost a cake to save my life. Alrighty. That looks really, really good. Okay, it says to add melted butter over the top, but I'm just going to add a couple pats of butter on there. Okay, I'm going to put it in the oven for 25 to 30 minutes until the potatoes start to get brown and you see some bubbling of the beef. I mean, look at that. How good does that look? I've got some crescent rolls in there, so I'm going to get the shepherd's pie out and let those cook while this is cooling off. I can already tell you I'm going to be making this again. Look at it. The recipe said you could also put some thyme on top or salt and pepper or whatever, but I think it's perfect just like this. You could also put some cheese on it if you like, but I'm going to just try it just like this for right now. So we'll let that cool off. I'll wait for the crescent rolls to get done and we are going to eat. Well, Left them in the oven a little bit too long, but they're still good. Alright, let's dig into the beef shepherd's pie. Okay. This smells amazing. Look at that. Wow. Look at all that goodness right there. And it's basically a one bowl meal, one plate. All I did was make the mashed potatoes, and everything else was made in one pan. You cannot beat that for easy, and I guarantee you it's going to be delicious. So I'm going to take my 2 crescent rolls, and we're going to eat this. I can't wait to eat this. This looks amazing. This was such an easy meal and so delicious. We both loved it, and you can tell by how much is left. So I'm going to put this up, but definitely try this for sure. And let me know if you make it down below. And I'll see you guys tomorrow in the next video.